Due to the design characteristics, mud tires often have an annoying noise during operation. So, can you satisfy your off-road passion without being disturbed by noise for a long time? Do quiet mud tires work on the harshest roads? I have relied on my experience to find the quietest mud tires that maintain performance on harsh roads while ensuring a comfortable ride. If you are still looking for your perfect option, immediately consult my suggestions. Be sure to check out this video and the links in the description box before making your final purchase. The 8 quiet mud tires I recommend will certainly not let you down. Now, without further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Milestar Patagonia MT. The Milestar Patagonia MT is excellent for driving on mud and sand. It has pretty high traction, and the tread design removes the dirt that affects the grip. I used to not expect too much from the comfort level of a muddy terrain tire like the Patagonia MT, but after a long experience, I had to change my mind. Its quietness is acceptable. Even while wearing off, the growl of the treads didn't bother me too much. However, I do not appreciate the comfort of the Milestar tires on broken surfaces. Its ride quality is relatively harsh, so there are more comfortable options for my long haul. Tests on dry, wet, and icy roads show that the Milestar Patagonia MT is a stable and grippy tire. Wet and slippery roads also do not affect the stability of the tire. Its grip and traction are similar to the on-road tires I have used. The tire's wet braking distance is just average, yet it retains the necessary stability even when moving at a limited speed. Number 2. Cooper Evolution MT. The Cooper Evolution MT is the cheapest mud tire on the list. However, its quality is equal to any name on the list. Tires meet both my on-road and off-road driving needs well. Many people think that mud tires are not safe on public roads at high speeds. Yet, Evolution MT proved the opposite. I was also particularly impressed with the tire's off-road performance. It has no trouble conquering hard packing surfaces. The tire never seemed to lose traction, leaving me stuck on dirt and gravel. Even in the mud, it can quickly get under the deep mud and push the car forward. Besides, the ride quality is very good. Tires easily absorb bumps on the road, so I feel very comfortable with these tires, even when I have traveled a long distance with them. Meanwhile, its growl is still quite loud, but if you don't move at too high a speed, this noise won't bother you. Number 3. Yokohama Geolandar MTG3. After many experiences with the Geolandar MTG3 on the road in various conditions, I find them to be very reliable for daily driving. The Yokohama Geolandar MTG3 could be a better tire for on-road use. It also conquered me with its impressive off-road performance. Its traction and handling on harsh roads far surpass many competitors in the segment. It can also conquer large rocks or deep mud better than any other mud tire I've experienced. Perhaps what impressed me most about this mud tire is the smooth and quiet ride quality. This is the quietest and most comfortable mud tire I have ever experienced. Even on the highway where I've driven a couple of times with them, I was surprised to hear only a slight growl, mostly wind noise, and very little tire noise reverberating into the cabin. Besides, I feel quite comfortable even after driving more than 80 miles with them. Tires absorb bumps on the road easily. Number 4. Nitto Trail Grappler MT. One of the advantages I appreciate most in the Nitto Trail Grappler MT is dry traction. Unlike other off-road tires in the same class, the Trail Grappler MT is more stable and handles dry roads more impressively. I also performed the Grappler MT's wet grip, traction, and braking tests. The results of the tests were quite similar to my predictions. It has good water resistance with high traction and is relatively stable. Yet, as I expected, the tire does not handle well in corners. It constantly loses grip when I'm cornering hard and offers no vertical traction in short stopping distances. Trail Grappler MT's off-road performance makes me quite satisfied. I've used it to traverse giant dunes, deep mud and clay, large sharp rocks, and more. On any terrain, the tire offers outstanding traction and incredible durability. Tires that excel on the terrain will often be quite noisy, but the Nitto Trail Grappler MT is an exception. Its noise is noticeable but not too loud to affect my driving feeling. It only becomes more apparent when my tires wear out after use. Number 5. Falken WildPeak MT. The Falken WildPeak MT is an ideal tire for highways and moderately rough terrain such as trails. I also got good results when testing the tires on wet roads. Its grip was maintained even when I accelerated on wet roads. I had no trouble cornering or braking hard on slippery roads. The WildPeak MT is also ideal for trail riding. It can resist punctures caused by rocks and debris. Its stability and handling on harsh terrain also conquer lovers of off-road driving. The WildPeak MT's vibrations and sounds aren't too harsh. Surprisingly, despite the large tread design, the tire operates smoothly on smooth roads. It's also very polite on the highway, giving me a relatively comfortable ride. Number 6. BFGoodrich Mud Terrain TIA KM3. Although I have tested many mud tires, only a few options satisfy me more than the BFGoodrich Mud Terrain TIA KM3. This tire has accompanied me to conquer many terrains and has comfortable rides. The harsh terrain is where this tire shines. It moves steadily in loose conditions such as rocks and mud, and its grip is also very good. I easily pass sharp rocks without any problems. The sidewalls are really solid. I didn't see any punctures after many miles on that rocky road. Sloppy or muddy roads can't make it difficult for TIA KM3. It can handle downhill situations well. Also, I have experienced many times with this tire on muddy trails, and the tire has handled very well with very strong traction. Finally, I can't help but praise its smoothness and comfort. It operates pretty quietly with minimal noise. Even on the highway, when I accelerate up to 75 miles per hour, the road noise is there, but they are quieter than most other mud tires I have experienced before. Its vibration on asphalt is still acceptable, providing a more comfortable experience than its. In short, I was satisfied with the KM3's grip on various conditions and minimal highway noise. The only minus point is that the performance on wet surfaces could be better. Yet, the BFGoodrich Mud Terrain TIA KM3 is still quite a worthy tire to choose if you love off-road driving. Number 7. General Grappler X3. On dry roads, General Grappler X3 met my daily driving needs quite well. It lacks the high G-force in corners but has maximum grip and impressive traction. Its stopping distance is also the lowest in the category. On wet roads, the Grappler X3 did not let me down either. Its deep grooves conduct water quite well. Meanwhile, its maximum traction is always maintained, so I do not face the danger of water skiing. General's compound material has good stickiness. As a result, this model has excellent longitudinal traction and relatively short wet stopping distances. Mud or harsh terrain can make it easy for Grappler X3. It cleans the dirt from the trench well and always releases rocks and debris during the journey. Thanks to that, I always have an impressive off-road driving experience. Finally, I commend the quietness and comfort of this mud tire model. I can still hear the tread growl at low speeds. However, when traveling at high speed, its noise will be balanced with wind noise. Number 8. Toyo Open Country MT. The Toyo Open Country MT performs exceptionally well on paved roads. It has a pretty good dry grip in the segment. Its stopping distance or steering feel is reliable for moving on paved roads. In particular, due to the stiff sidewalls, I frequently use the Toyo Open Country MT to load heavy goods. I've also used it to tow large trailers. In any case, I am satisfied with the experience that Open Country MT brings. This tire continued to shine on wet roads and passed my skid resistance tests. Vertical traction and braking also meet the basic driving requirements quite well. I only really had problems navigating in heavy rain when doing corners. In addition to testing on the highway, I went off-road with the Open Country MT. I appreciate the tire's ability to conquer mud and hard-packed surfaces. Its traction was strong enough that I didn't get stuck in the mud. Meanwhile, my ability to handle corners and braking distance was good enough for me to navigate on harsh soil and gravel safely. For other unique advantages, it balances quite well between off-road performance and comfort. Its noise is pretty good when compared to other off-road tires. That's all from my end. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification. If you need more information or want to know product price, do check out my description. Or if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I post new videos every day, so be sure to check back often. Thanks for watching and see you next time.